Hey there, it's Sai Satvik back again from Modern Education. So that I'm sure that you would be wondering why haven't we been doing a video from the past 3 to 4 weeks, okay? It's because that we have a lot of school assignments and exams coming up. It's been really tough for us, okay? But we'll make sure not to happen, right? This thing not to happen. We'll give our best to make videos for you. So similarly, even we want a small help from you, right? Please just support our channel because that would really mean a lot to us. It would really help us. It would encourage us to make better and more videos for us so that you can understand the concept better and easily, right? Okay, so leave about that. Coming back to the subject, okay? So welcome back to the polynomials for grade 10 students, and this is going to be the second session of it. So today we are going to learn something really very interesting, something very new which you hadn't learned in class 9, okay? It's the relationship between roots and coefficients. Today we are going to discuss problems on that, and I'm going to give you a basic idea about the relationship between the roots and the coefficient. Like you need to remember a few formulas. I'm going to tell how those things work. So let's get started with it. So we know that the general form of a quadratic, so this relationship between roots and coefficients we are going to take for quadratic equations, okay? Quadratic equations. So the general form of quadratic equations is ax square plus bx plus c, right? X square plus bx plus c. Now to find a root, let's say this x will be the root, okay? Then this thing will be equated to 0. Let's say that thing is y. Then will be equated to 0. So just say ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, okay? Now this x we know as the root, okay? Now let's take two roots, okay? Because a quadratic quadratic polynomial will have two roots, or you can say two zeros. So what are those? Let's take alpha. One root is alpha, one root is beta, okay? Now if alpha and beta are the roots, okay? Remember, we are taking alpha and beta as the roots. Now if you recollect what you have learnt in 9th grade, polynomial starter, in reminder theorem, right? If you take alpha as the root of this, then what would its factor be? It would be x minus alpha, because x minus alpha, what is the root of x minus alpha according to reminder theorem, okay? X minus alpha root is alpha, because alpha minus alpha will become 0. So this alpha, if replaced in this equation, also will give you 0. So hence you can say according to reminder theorem, right? This is you need to follow this thing. According to reminder theorem, x minus alpha will be a factor, where alpha will be a root. If you take x plus alpha, then what would be the root of this quadratic? If x plus alpha is the factor of this thing, then the root of this quadratic polynomial would be minus alpha, because minus alpha plus alpha will result in 0, okay? So x minus alpha will be one factor. Similarly, if you take for beta, x minus beta will give you another factor. So can you write x minus alpha times x minus beta, right? These two are the factors. Am I right? Yeah. These two are the factors. Will also give you 0, because this ax square plus bx is 0. Now if you simplify this, x square minus alpha plus beta whole x plus alpha beta. Let me just cross check. X square minus alpha minus beta is alpha plus alpha beta minus alpha into x, okay? Minus alpha into x minus beta into x. Yeah, that's it done. So I just written alpha plus beta into x. Now just remember this thing. Let's take it as equation 1, okay? This thing. Now if you compare this thing with the first equation, right? Because this is also equal to 0, right? This is also equal to 0, and even this is also equal to 0. And can we say these both are equal? Yes. So ax square plus bx, wait a minute. Yes, ax square minus bx, plus bx plus c also will give you 0. And this alpha beta will also give you 0. So just equate these two. Okay. Now let's say we want a relationship with roots with coefficient. This is the coefficient and this is the roots. Okay, roots and coefficient, and even these two roots and this coefficient. So this a here is an extra coefficient. Now let's see how to remove that. So let's divide this whole equation by a, because 0 by a gives 0. So nothing's wrong if the result won't change if you divide it by a. So a gets cancelled, here x square plus b by xa, let me write it here, x square plus b by ax plus c by a, okay, will result in 0, same thing, because 0 by a is 0, okay. Now I'll just write this again, x square plus b by ax b by a times x plus c by a is equal to 0. And according to the first one, we got ax square plus, so this should be minus x square plus bx plus c is also equal to 0. Now let's sorry, this is the equation which we got. We need to write the combination of the factors, which is x minus alpha into x minus beta, which is x square minus alpha, this is plus only, okay, sorry, I got confused, alpha plus beta times x plus alpha beta. Now we got a relation, like now we have removed a by dividing this whole thing by a. This was the general form, okay, dividing this whole thing by a, so a got cancelled. Now we got b by a into x is not 6, b by a into x plus c by a is equal to 0. Let's compare these both equations, okay, x square, this gets cancelled, and here minus alpha plus beta, okay, let's cancel this x, like if you compare this thing with this thing, right, if you compare these two things and this thing, you can compare with this thing, because this is the coefficient and this also will give you some integer value, right, some value, and this also will give you some value, but here there is a variable x, here also there is a variable x, okay, but there are no variables here, so we can compare these two values and these two values. Now if you compare these two values, we can just cancel off the x, which results in minus alpha plus beta whole minus alpha plus beta is equal to b by a, okay, b by a. So we can say alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. This is a formula. You have derived the sum of the roots, because alpha is a root, beta is a root, so the sum of roots will result in minus b by a. Now here b will be the coefficient of x. In the question you can just, if they ask, okay, later I will tell you how to solve questions regarding it, right, b is the coefficient of x, where a will be the coefficient, right, the starting coefficient, which is the coefficient of x square. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, okay. So alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Now let's compare these two. C by a is equal to alpha beta. So alpha beta equal to c by a. Wait a minute guys. So alpha, if you compare these two equations, alpha beta would result in c by a, am I right? C by a. Okay, so we got the sum of roots, which is alpha plus beta is minus b by a, and alpha times beta is c by a, and c is the constant, remember that, it has no variable attached. A is the coefficient of x square. You should take only the coefficients. So sum of roots will result in minus b by a. A multiplication, right, product of these two roots will result in c by a. So you need to remember these two formulas here, okay. I'll just write down these two formulas separately, so you'll remember them till the end of the session. If you want, just please note it down, because these are two important formulas. Instead of doing this whole method, you can just use these formulas. It would be much easier. Remember, alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, alpha beta equal to c by a. Okay, these are the two formulas. So I'm just erasing the board. So now let's just go with some examples, right, which will make you this understand this easier. Okay, so let's go with the first example. So now let's go to the first example. Now the first example says that, first question, okay, find the zeros of x square minus 5x plus 6, right? Find the zeros. Now let's use these formulas, okay? Alpha plus beta are the roots, alpha and beta are the roots, okay? This is a one root, this is one root, these two are also roots, okay? So alpha plus beta is minus b by a, alpha beta is c by a. Now let's see. Let's take, we need to find out alpha and beta in this question. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Now what is b exactly? Let's just note it down all the things. A is 1 because 1 times x square is remain x square, okay? B is 5. C. Sorry, b is minus 5. No, okay. Remember this, guys, you need not to just see these things, minus, or you just need to see the coefficient. You should write b as 5 only, okay? Because last time, if you take b as minus, then there won't be any minus sign here. Then it will be plus b only. So just take b as 5 only. C as 6. Now alpha plus beta is minus b by a. Minus 5 by 1. So alpha plus beta. So b will be minus 5 only actually, okay? So take b as minus 5 only. So alpha plus beta is minus b by a. So minus of b by a. Now minus times minus will give you plus 5. So alpha plus beta is 5. Now alpha times beta. Alpha times beta will give you c by a. 6 by 1, which is 6. So alpha plus beta is 5. Alpha beta is 6. So let's try to solve for alpha and beta. Now what is the possible like values for 6? Like factors for 6. Factors for 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and 6. That's it, right? 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah. Now if you multiply 1 into 6, you'll get 6. But will you get 1 plus 6 as 5? No, you won't get 1 plus 6 as 5. But if you multiply 2 into 3, you'll get 6. But as well as if you add 2 plus 3, you will get 5. So alpha equal to 2, beta equal to 3. Or you can say alpha equal to 3, beta is 2. Okay. So these two roots we have found out, okay, because we came to know alpha beta as 6 and alpha plus beta as 5. So if you then you need to just give the factors for 6, which is 1, 2, 3 and 6, and 2 plus 3 will give you 5. It satisfies the alpha plus beta rule, okay, and then 2 times 3 will give you 6. It satisfies alpha beta rule also, okay guys. So alpha value is 2, beta value is 3, okay. So if you just cross it, 2 square minus 5 into 2, 10 plus 6. So if you think x as 2, the same root, right? So 4 minus 5 into 2, 10 plus 6, which is equal to 10 minus 10, 0. It satisfies, okay. Similarly for 3 also it satisfies. So let's just see the second example, okay. Okay, so let's move to the second question. Let's read it. Find the sum of zeros in 2x square minus 9x plus 9. So here what formula is to be used? It is alpha plus beta, right? Because alpha and beta are the roots and they are asking the sum of the zeros. So directly we can write that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. They are asking the sum, so we need to find only the minus b by a. Need not to find alpha and beta, which we have done for previous problem. So let's just write down the values. A here will be 2. B here will be minus 9. Remember, you should take even the sign. Minus 9. C here also will be 9. Okay, C will be 9. These are the values. Now minus B. What is minus B? Minus of B. B is minus 9. Minus of minus 9 by A. A is 2. So plus minus times minus will be plus. So plus 9 by 2 is the answer. See, so alpha plus beta is minus b by a. That's a formula need to be reminded. Okay, then substitute b value as well as a value. The result you will get is as 9 by 2. So 9 by 2 is the sum of the zeros for 2x square minus 9x plus 9. Okay, so I'm sure that you've understood all these questions very well, and you've understood the relationship between roots and the coefficients. Right? How to take the value of a, b, c, and the formula a plus alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, alpha beta equal to c by a, and even I'm sure I've already given you the method how to derive these formulas, which how to derive alpha plus beta. We are getting these formulas, right? How to derive derivation also I've given you. So in subjective exams, even if they ask you, you can just follow that method. Still, even if you don't understand after watching this video, you can be free to email us anytime. Okay, it's just given in the comments, you can check it out. So thank you guys for watching our video. If you really like it and if you think it's very helpful, please do like and share.